Good morning, everyone. I hope you are able to hear me. You are able to watch my screen. Yes. And yesterday we discussed what is RPA, different types of RPAs. This all we have discussed, right? Now today we are going to develop one robot so that you will get an idea how we are going to develop the robots by using automation in a way. Fine. So this is our tool, Automation Anywhere tool client, and we have the commands left side. By using these commands, we are going to automate the application. Okay, fine. Let's say our requirement is we would like to launch Internet Explorer. After launching the Internet Explorer, we would like to have facebook.com. We would like to launch this URL. After we launch this application, we want to enter email ID, and then we want to enter the password, and then click login button. Okay, so this is what we would like to do it. So our robot should automatically launch the browser, facebook.com. That's an application. It has to be launched. And then after launching, it has to go ahead with the application execution login. Okay, that's what we want to perform it. Fine. So here, first we'll define a variables to store the username. And the password. So I have defined two variables here to store the username and password. To store the username and password. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Next, first step, what we are going to do is we are going to launch the browser, right? First, we are going to launch the browser. So go to internet. Here is an option, launch website. Launch website. Now it's going to ask me what is the URL. Whatever URL is there, that we can go for specify here. And during the session, if you have any doubts, please raise the hand. You have the option so that I'll unmute. You can talk to me. And if somebody wants to chat with me, you can enter in the chat window. Okay. So open URL in existing Internet Explorer window. open URL in new tab, Internet Explorer 7 and higher version, whatever it is that we can do it, not a problem. And launch this so that application will be launched. Yeah. Fine. Save it. After launching the website, then what we want to do is we want to go for enter username and password here. Right. So that we want to perform it. So what we'll do is there is an option we have to spy the application, right? We have to go for spy the application, object cloning. So as a human, what we will do is we will recognize there is a username field and there is a password field, right? As a human, we will identify or we will view the fields and buttons. But robot, we call it as a spying, spy or cloning. Okay. Now robot wanted to clone that particular object. Object means it may be a text item or button or a checkbox, any one of that. Okay. Now it's going to ask us select window, which window you would like to work. Right now it is showing all the windows which are available on your system. Right now, whatever the windows are available on your system, it is showing. Okay. So right now, which one you would like to go for? Internet Explorer. This is what the window I would like to clone or I would like to work. Okay. Select the window. Then there is a button capture. Click and hold the mouse. Click and hold the mouse and drag the mouse when you want to capture. And drag the mouse where you want to capture it. Click and hold the mouse and drag the mouse where you want to capture it. Select capture button. Just click and hold. Don't leave the left click. Now you can see that every element automation anywhere tool is able to spy. It is recognizing every element. We can check this, right? Leave the left click. Leave the left click here. Okay. And you can see that object has been cloned. What is that object? Text box. Which technology you are doing the cloning? HTML. And these all are the properties are captured by automation anywhere tool. And you can go for expand, check the properties here. Okay. Here path and domex path is more than sufficient to spy the application. Remaining properties are not mandatory because we have to use less properties and we have to clone the object. We have to clone the object. Press OK. Fine. Next, what action you want to perform? Now our automation anywhere has recognized this particular object. Fine. Then what do you want to perform here in this particular object? I would like to set the values, nothing but enter, or you want to add the text, or you want to perform some click or left click or right click, whatever action you would like to perform, select. Now I'm going to say that set text. We are going to say that set text here. Go to set text. And where is your username? Just now I have defined variable, right? Yeah, that we are using. How to get variable values here? Press F2. Press F2. If you press F2, it will shows list of variables. List of variables. Select your variable. That's it. Select your variable. Okay. Maybe our application is slow, so that what we can do is we can wait for some time. After launching, we can say that we would like to go for wait. use this command here, and we would like to delay for how many seconds? 10 seconds I would like to delay, or 5 seconds more than sufficient, then delay. So first application will be launched in Internet Explorer, facebook.com. Then 5 seconds it will be waiting. Then the object cloning, nothing but a username. It will be spying. It will be spying the username. And it will enter the user. The moment when I select a command, you can see the images. In case any images are there, it will show. For line number 3, this is the image. But anyway, that's not required actually for us. That's we can leave it. Not a problem. Now save the robot. Save the robot here. And then go for run this. Since Mozilla application is enabled, and see the line number 3 is going to happen here. Okay, no problem. Considering Mozilla application as our first application here, let me go for launch it. Again, run this. Now you can see that username is entered here. Okay. So first it has opened the URL here, and then username is entered. Same way we want to work with the password. Object cloning. Select your application title. Whatever the application title is there, that we have to choose. And capture. Now this is the element we want to work, right? You can see that automation anywhere has identified this element. It leave this left click. And only 2 properties are enough, path and domex path. These 2 properties are enough. Set text. Press F2. Okay. Then after that, what we want to do, we would like to click the button, right? We would like to click the button. Then again, object cloning. Same, select window, capture. Like this, whatever elements we want to work, whatever elements, maybe there will be 100 elements, then we have to go with that. Now it's telling me that it's a static text HTML. Again, we will see one time. This, leave this option, leave the left click. Now it's accepted as a push button. Last time we have spied only the text. Now it's got exactly push button type of object is push button, and technology is HTML, and go to properties. As I told, path and domains path are more sufficient, and select action, left click. I'll save this. Now we'll go for run the bot. Now you can see that system has launched the application automatically. Enter the username and password. Okay. Fine. Next. Any doubts here, guys? If you have any doubts, so that we can have a discussion on that. Like this, we need to. It's very simple bot I have developed. Like this, we have to go for development of bots working with multiple applications. Here it is. Yes. To launch the browser, you would like to define a browser name. That's what Kamal we have mentioned, right? In the first command, we said open URL and existing Internet Explorer window. If we want to launch it from the Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, we can do it. But we need to set the plugins. We need to set the plugins for Google Chrome and all this. By default, Internet Explorer plugins are installed here. Okay, and it's done successfully. Even for Google Chrome also, it is supporting most of the applications in the real time, like SAP or Microsoft or any applications. Maximum will be executed in the Internet Explorer. That's the reason we will be using by default. If we required any other browser, definitely Automation Anywhere will support for that. Okay, fine. So after we log in to the application, we want to log out. So when we want to log out generally as a human, so what we will perform, we'll go to this menu, log out menu. This log out menu and select log out option. Okay. Now go to automation anywhere. Let's say we want to wait here. We will copy this command and paste it here. Wait for 5 seconds after login to the applications. Okay. Yes, Sanat. The prerequisition to learn the automation anywhere or Blue Prism, just programming knowledge is required. I think you are not attended yesterday's session. We need like you should have the idea what is variable, what are if statements, what is meant by loop, some basic knowledge of the application. That's more than sufficient. We can do it. Okay. Or you can contact the training coordinator, will provide you more information. But as it, if you have the idea, some basic, that's more than sufficient. So now take this cloning here. Now it's telling me I can't find the window titled called Facebook login or sign in. It's now automation anywhere is telling us that particular window is not exist in your system. What happened to our window? Now the window title has changed. Earlier it was Facebook login. Now it is Facebook. Okay. So now what we have to do is refresh. We'll get latest values here. Now select the Facebook here. Go to capture. Now we can see almost every element is working here. What you would like to perform here, it is a link, right? What type of object that is link? So what you want to do over there, left click, press OK. Then another object cloning here, refresh and select here again window name, capture, cancel it. Now select this option. First we have to select the menu, then we have to go for select this option. Leave the left click. Now save this. Okay, so now let's log out from here. Now our bot is going to log into the applications, Facebook application, and wait for 5 seconds. After that, it's going to be logged out. That's some error message here. Trusted resources used in use. Okay, it's already launched. Okay, fine, no problem. Whatever Facebook, that there is an exception handling. When we are talking about exceptions, we'll see if already in use how to perform it. Now run this. Can see system has connected automatically and waiting for 5 seconds. After waiting second, automatically it's going to be closed. So like this, we can go for navigate all the options here. This is web applications. Any application we can automate. It may be Windows applications, it may be web applications or mainframes applications or Java, but most of the projects in the real time will be Windows, Microsoft products and web applications will be automating here. We can see different categories of the commands here. By using these commands, we'll be discussing. And yes, any doubts here? Anyone? Now the implementation project will be tasked like this. Whenever we are working with the RPA projects, there will be a different stages in the project, like requirement gathering, designing, building and testing the robots, then user acceptance test, then support. These are different stages. And what are the roles we will see in the RPA projects? What are different roles we will see? We'll find the process lead, solution architect, then developer. Then developer here. Okay. And here we can see that process lead is, and process lead and solution architect both are going for requirement gathering and design. Requirement gathering and design option. So requirement gathering, it will be done by here. And requirement gathering, who will involve? Process lead and solution architect. Maybe a couple of weeks. It may be couple of weeks, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or depends on the project complexity and the number of resources. And then designing also involved by the solution architect. So in both the stages, process lead and solution architect will be involved. Okay. After requirement gathering, then in the development of robots and tests, solution architect will not be involved here. And then developers are going to enter here. Developers are going to be entered. Okay. RPA developer jobs will be started in the building and testing of the robots. After that, we are going to involve in the user acceptance test. So as a RPA developer, our job is develop the robots and also test the robots. After that, we'll deliver to the client. then user acceptance test is there. Their client is going to accept in the production environment here. In the production environment here. Okay, and then support. So obviously, once we develop the robots and deploy the robots to the client, then client will start using the robots. There might be some problem in the robots in future, then definitely we have to give the support. Okay. These are different statuses we'll see in the project. Yes. Kamal, process lead is nothing but a project manager, whoever is going to take care of the entire project. He will be taking care of the project interaction, discussing with all this, the client. Our job is here. As RPA developer, our role will be started from here. Development, building and testing, and then UAT, and then it's going to be support the environment. Generally, that general Sanat, 8 hours, that is common. Number of weeks, you can see here the role and the count, how many members are required. This is our last project, but we have done it for the client. Okay. So total number of count weeks, it will be calculated here. Okay. So we'll be going for training of these applications, the automation anywhere. Now the market is going on for 2 to 3 years of experience. We have this options like around 8 to 9 lakhs is going on. Yes. So first we will be discussing next 20 days on training. After that we'll discuss the project, and we'll be talking about what are the documents we'll be using in the project, designing documents, project, and what robots, and then interview questions we'll be discussing. And anyone who want to do the certification, we will help you to do the certifications. That's all process. And anything is required, we will support you regarding the placement also. Okay. So, any doubts here still? Anyone? Yes. Yes. Veera, you have raised the hand. Yes, you can. Yes, Veera, you can talk.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Good morning. Using this robot, we can only do repeated steps, or we can do any decision making. Suppose if this value is greater than 10, go this side, like that.
Yes. Yes, we can go for doing this conditions, right? For example, if folder is exist, take the decision. If the script task is completed, you can define your own conditions here. It is.
Okay. And one more question. Suppose here we are providing our username and password, right? In the real world, suppose we have n number of customers. How do
Yes.
we handle this username and password?
This
Like,
is actually, there is a concept called credential manager.
okay.
In the credential manager, we will maintain our credentials, because the password and all will be changed every week, right? And also the passwords will be different.
Yeah. So the system will recognize based on username,
Yes.
customer username.
In the credential manager, we'll go for update. Here in the credential manager, we'll be creating, and whatever we have created here, credential manager credentials, that whenever you try to enter your email here, press F2. Now you can see that credential variables here. Right now, local variables I'm using. Right?
Okay.
Yes, credential
Yes.
variables will be accessed from there.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Sanath, certification cost will be very less only. I think our administrator knows. You can speak with me, Sanath, now.
Thank you, Ram, Chandramohan.
Yes.
Basically, actually, I have like about 8.5 years experience, and all is into the operations on the finance side.
Okay.
So banking finance side. So how does it affect me if I go take up this course? So like how positively it affects me on like
Yes,
taking up.
definitely.
Suppose if I go for an interview, how does it help me? Like
Yes,
there will be always a lot of questions, right?
yes, you as you have 8 years on financials, right, you might have seen different procedures in financials like receivables, payables, and
Yes, yes,
journals, reconciliation things, and these all are repeated processes, like the same step.
yes,
So those all actually required now the robots in RPA sector. So it will be always helpful. You can go ahead with as a process leader or a solution architect after completion of this course. And I hope you might have seen, you might have used some applications also, SAP or Finacle or Tally or some
yes.
financial applications. The same applications, we can say that we have automated. In fact, those only we are going to automate in the real time.
Right.
Yes, that will be always helpful, and we will help you to do the certification also, automation anywhere certification, and that will be always helpful. And cost idea, you can talk with Mr. Nari, who will provide that.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Fine. Any other doubts, guys? And today is the last demo what we have discussed yesterday and today. Next Monday onwards, sessions will be started same time, and Monday onwards sessions will be started here. Okay. And you can talk with Mr. Naresh. Yes. Yes, Kamal, you would like to talk. Yes, Kamal, tell.
Yeah, good morning. Having 9+ years of experience, I think a developer is not a suggestible, right? Because my package is also higher. Because I am beyond that developer package. I am having around 13 plus
Yes, yes.
lakhs of package.
So
So
you have
which one is
to
a
go ahead with
suggestible?
it. Uh,
Sorry.
the difference between the developer and solution architect is solution architect will have more domain knowledge and who can interact with directly client. Let me who can interact with directly client and gather the requirement and designing the robots. You have to go this way. You can go ahead with this options. That way you can. Yes, Abhay, Blue Prism already the sessions. Yes, Abhay, there are 3 hours. I think schedule has given already. Tomorrow we have the 2-hour session, Blue Prism 6 to 8. Okay, and Monday will be 7 to 8. So that 3 hours it will be completed our Blue Prism, Abhay. It's already planned. The previous batch Blue Prism, tomorrow we have the session, right? 6 to 8. Okay, so we have already done that. Tomorrow 6 to 8, 2 hours we are going to talk about Blue Prism project, and all Monday it will be. Yes, I'll ask Naresh to update. I think he has already updated, but we'll do it, no problem. Okay, we'll update you. Yeah, same automation anywhere will take around 20 working days. Maximum will find here in. So if we start from Monday, by March 26th or 27th will complete. 26th or 27th will complete. Yeah, it's good, Sanath. We have very good openings, either as a solution architect, as a RPA developer, both. Now most of the clients are going for an RPA adapting in their companies, because the reason why the robotic option is required for the clients is they are looking for multiple, multiple, when they are using multiple applications, the procedure is getting lengthy, and it's a process, a lengthy process, and entering dual entry, same information entry in multiple places. So that's the reason. So they would like to go for automate that application and enter the data. Yes, Abhay, exactly. 6 p.m. also we have the same batch. Yes, we have the same batches are going on 6 p.m. also. Okay. Fine, guys, let's see you on Monday. That's that's a problem, Abhay. But we will give you the details. Okay, so how it can be proceeded. Naresh will guide you how the certification can be done. I think on behalf of you, if somebody want to write a certification, it is difficult nowadays. If you are in India, then it can be possible. It can be done. That's a problem. General certification, you want to go ahead, you can do, or you can go ahead with our knowledge, not a problem. You can be in touch with Naresh, maybe he can help you in different ways. Yeah, then he will give the guidance. Whatever knowledge we have provided, that is more than sufficient. Okay, you can go ahead. And still any documents are required, I will also support for that. For certification also, any documents are required, we will support and we will send. Okay. Thank you. Let's see you on guys on Monday. The meeting ID will be changed. Let's talk with Mr. Naresh and enroll for the batch. So Monday onwards sessions will be started. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.